Welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Rombone. Thank you for tuning in. We are at episode 91 of the show. Thank you for tuning in every fucking week. A little bit slow news week, so I figure I'd come and tell you my favorite albums of 2020 so far. We did get a little bit of news though, some new music, but first, I'd like to address something real quick. I want to shout out Juggercrow17 once again for that $5 donation. He says, great show once again. What's up with doing a review shows on Spotify like Throwback Thursday on older albums or underground films, Big Money Hustlers, Born Twisted, etc. Just a bonus to get something through the week verbally. Last summer, I did a thing where I started doing 2 podcasts a week, and I would have a guest on for the Wednesday show. I think it was a Wednesday or a Thursday show. I just can't fully commit to doing 2 things during the week. I'm fully committed to doing this podcast every Monday. I've been doing it, haven't missed a week in almost a year. I think next week will be fully a year since I missed a week. But I do reviews on YouTube every once in a while. I do CD collection videos up on YouTube. But as far as another podcast or something to add to iTunes, Spotify, and all that, I just can't fully commit to it. Every once in a while, I'll do a second show for a week. You know, it'll just be unannounced. I'll usually get somebody to do the show with. You know, just shoot the shit for whatever, how long. But like I said, I can't fully commit to it, unfortunately. But if you tune in to my YouTube every once in a while, I post up new videos, reviews, CD collections, stuff like that. So you can peep that. And like I said, I'll drop another podcast during the week. Who knows when? But it does happen from time to time. And I want to send a shout out to Clown Love Brett for his donation. He says he loves the podcast. Drops every Monday. MCL whoop whoop. Shout out to Clown Love Brett. Much love for your fucking donation. Very much appreciated. All these donations I'm getting, they're being put to the side. And I'm going to be upgrading. Basically, I'm going to be upgrading my computer. First thing I do. But this computer that I'm working off right now ain't got much life left in it. So the donations that I do have are going to go towards a new computer because I need one very bad. I need something better, more, just all around better computer because the one I got right now ain't going to last much longer. So shout out to the Juggercrow17 and Clown Love Brett once again. And let's get into the fucking show. First up thing I want to talk about. I just started it this past Friday. I did a playlist before when I was doing Wicked Shit Wednesday, and then I had another playlist where I'd put up new songs, but I fell off with it. But we got this new playlist. I think this is a dope idea. I got love on it from people already. You can follow it on Apple Music and Spotify. It's the Beneath the Dirt's anniversary playlist, where I'll be updating every Friday of albums that celebrated an anniversary that week. If you follow me on any of my social medias, you know I post up album anniversaries almost daily. This week, we got Cottonmouth Kings up there, Twisted's up there, 7L Esoteric, McNasty, Lil Wayne, Akon, Slipknot, Swagtooth, Limp Bizkit, just a whole bunch of fucking different array of music from albums that celebrated an anniversary last week. That playlist, all you have to do is type in Beneath the Dirt's anniversary playlist or just Beneath the Dirt, and it should pop up. And if you're listening on YouTube, the links will be in the description. I'll also have the links in the description for the podcast as well. So go peep out the Beneath the Dirt anniversary playlist. It's pretty fucking fresh, if I say so myself. New music this week. We got brand new Westside Gunn. Boom, 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 boom. Up in this bitch. Griselda staying busy. He dropped Fly God is an Awesome God Part 2. I haven't got a chance to listen to it. Haven't got a chance to listen to it yet this weekend. But I got it downloaded. This weekend wasn't a good chance to listen to music. I feel like I'm all fucked up with my words right now. I haven't got a chance to listen to any new music this week. Fly God is an Awesome God Part 2 is out right now. He's got Benny the Butcher on there. Stove God Cooks is on there. Keisha Plum, Rome Streets, 14 songs coming in 33 minutes. A short listen, but it's up there. The Fly God is an Awesome God. Staying busy, keeping it with Griselda. Benny the Butcher, he's got his brand new mixtape coming. The Black Soprano Family, Gangsta Grill Syndicate, Benny the Butcher, and DJ Drama. They're putting this out at the end of the month. Forget what day it's dropping. I want to say the 24th, July 24th. This is Benny the Butcher's record label right here, Black Soprano Family. You got Ricky Hyde, Love Boat Luciano, Jonesy, Heem, and Benny the Butcher himself. I'm looking forward to this. Benny the Butcher, one of my favorites out right now. The single that he dropped with them recently for this mixtape was a pretty dope track. If I say so myself, shit was pretty fire. And that's coming out the 24th of this month. And keeping it with Griselda. This is a release I had no idea about. I saw Conway the Machine post up on Instagram saying Part 2 is coming. It's Trillmatic presents Organized Grime. I looked it up, and if you run Conway's name, it doesn't pop up. You have to run Trillmatic or Organized Grime for it to pop up on Spotify and iTunes. I Googled it. There are hard copies out there for sale. I copped one of them because I'm surprised they're still for sale. Anything Griselda sells out mad quick. This dropped last year. I had no idea, but Organized Grime Part 2 is coming out sometime soon, and this is the artwork for it right here. The artwork for both these albums are super dope. Organized Grime Part 2 does have Conway the Machine's name on the cover this second time around. Why it was not on the first one, I have no idea. I had no idea of this release. I don't ever remember Conway promoting the release. Is it legit or not? I don't fucking know. I listened to it once I found out about it. Shit's dope. Conway killed it, as he usually does. Fire EP. So Part 2 is coming. I got the hard copy pre-ordered. Conway the Machine still doing his merch sales. I copped that black tape for $10. Shout out to Conway. I'm hoping he runs a couple more of those sales this summer and puts up more CDs. I'm salty as fuck I didn't get that Reject 2 when it was up for sale for $7, something like that. I know that's one of his best releases, but I'm glad I got that black tape. I'm looking forward to these the next Organized Grime release sometime soon. I mean, this dude dropped Lulu, No One Mourns the Wicked. We got From King to a God coming. There's another one coming out. I don't know. I forget the name of it. And then there's Organized Grime. Conway staying busy as fuck for 2020. Killing it. And then let's shift to some wicked shit. If you've been following Scum on his social medias, Scum of Lyrical Snuff Productions, LSP, been posting these cryptic ass posts with these numbers. No idea what the meanings were on any of them. I was confused. I'm not the biggest Scum fan, or I'm not knowledgeable on him, and I didn't know if there was any kind of significance that fans would know or not, but it didn't really seem like it. Excuse me, I take a sip of my water. And so he was posting up all these cryptic messages. He finally revealed it today. I'm recording this on Sunday. He revealed it today, and he dropped the cover art for Out With The Old, his upcoming double album. This is the cover art right here for Out With The Old. It's a double album. We got the limited edition artwork right here. He dropped that as well. And then he also dropped the track list for Out With The Old. And it's hard to read. It's blurry up on Instagram. I found it on YouTube. Tried getting good pictures of it, but it's kind of blurry. But disc 1 is an entirely solo project or, all solo songs from Scum, 15 songs. And then disc 2 looks like it's 15 songs again, collabs. So disc 1 solos, disc 2 collabs. Collabs on here, you got GMAC and Death Plus on the very first track. Very dope. GMAC and Death Plus. Chemistry is very dope. All those projects that they put out, REJ. Donnie Menace is on here. Damian Quinn. Bloodshot. Old school horrorcore shit. Roz Dilliams. Twisted. Insane Poetry. Smalls 1. Blaze Your Dead Homies on here. Boondox. Bake Low. Very dope. And then we got 5 bonus tracks on here. I'm trying to read. You got Leaders of the Lost feature. And yeah, this dude's putting out 30 songs, looks like. Double disc. Scum, staying busy for 2020, as is LSP in general, just staying busy as fuck. Because we got Class and Hex Rated with their project, Violence, VLNC. They just dropped a new track featuring Make My Motherfucking Day, which consists of Insane Poetry and Scum. Their new single, Fall, just dropped. Haven't peeped it yet, but I'm looking forward to this album. I don't know shit about Hex Rated, but I'm a big fan of Class. Dude is dope and putting it down for fucking damn near 20 years. And so go peep that. That's up on all social medias right now. Social, whatever the fuck. Spotify, iTunes, all that. So go peep those tracks. Keeping with the wicked shit. Wicked Underground, whatever you want to call it. Bukshot, Turncoat Dirty, a.k.a. Boondox. They just dropped their brand new single, Burning Bridges. This was the bonus track on the Apocalypse edition of Hell's Kitchen, which they pressed up only 66 copies, and that shit is sold out super fucking quick. Mad quick, but there's a whole bunch of deals going up on Buckshot's web store right now where you can get limited edition cassettes if you order some t-shirts, I believe. And dude's killing it, staying busy, already teasing some new shit, dropped a lyric video talking about he's got a big announcement for today for a new music video that's going to be coming out. Bukshot Boondox, Apocalypse edition of Hell's Kitchen, already sold the fuck out. So if you ain't get it, you asked out. But you can peep the single Burning Bridges up on iTunes, Spotify, and all that. Speaking of Boondox, he posted up on social media saying there will be a sequel track on Crimson Crow, Speculate Away. I'm not too familiar with Boondox. I had a bunch of his CDs at one point. I did sell them all off. And I'm only really familiar with his first album, The Harvest, and maybe Pumpkinhead, the EP. I think that was my favorite project that he did. But he says there's a sequel track coming. I had people speculating. He got people speculating. Crimson Crow drops this fall. Maybe a Halloween release. I'm not sure. But Boondox staying busy. Been busting shit out with Bukshot. UGA Underground Avengers. His Turncoat Dirty shit. They're out there killing it. And then the last new release for this week, we got Lokey. He dropped Release 3. Release 3. This is the third installment of the Release series. These are kind of like a forgotten freshness. You know, if you're familiar with ICP or a Cryptic Collection, a lot Twisted. So these are harder to find tracks that weren't on any of his projects, collaborations that he's done with other people. I haven't got a chance to peep it yet, but he did drop Release 3. This dude's staying busy as shit. Merch drops out the ass every fucking week, damn near, it seems like. Music videos. He got a new artist on his label. He's pushing her right now. Lokey, his album, Blood of Izu. Fucking fire. And then let's just get right into it. The top 20 albums of 2020 so far. We're halfway through the year. We just finished June. June is the 6th month of the year. There's 12 months in a year. We're just over halfway through. So let's talk about my favorite albums so far. We were just talking about them, Low Key and the Blood of Izu. one of my favorite albums this year. This dude straight up put a metal album out on us and killed it. This dude's constantly evolving his sound and his singing. There's no rap on this album at all. No rapping, singing. And it sounds really good from Lokey. To hear from where this dude came from Follow Me, his very first EP, or if you even want to go back even further to Temple Rain, to hear where he is now, this dude's evolution is so dope. Proud of this dude. Been following this dude for a long ass time. I remember seeing him on the Tombstone Terror Tour with Boondox, Blaze You Dare Homie. I think A&B was on there. Q Strange played the shows in New England. Him and Bad Luck were on tour. It was dope to see them. I think Solo had just dropped at that point, or was about to drop. I remember I copped the Devil's Rejects CD. Him, Mad Max, Bloodshot, and The Wicked One. Fire. But his newest album, The Blood of Izu, the artwork, Lokey always has the illest artwork. And usually he puts out really dope music, and he didn't disappoint with Blood of Izu, so go peep that. King ISO, another one of my top favorites. It's like neck and neck battling it out for number one right now. King ISO's World War Me debut album on Strange Music. This album is so dope. There's only one song on here that I skip. It's the track with Mackenzie Nicole. I don't even know the name of the track. But this album is damn near flawless. You got 22 tracks. When I initially did like my review of this album or first take on it, I said I didn't like Weekend Dad, Apparent Absence. I like those tracks. I see people hating on Trippy Love, but I like Trippy Love. It's Jealous with Mackenzie Nicole. I can't get into that track. But Dog Tags, AWOL, I Declare War, World War Me, the title track, Chopped Liver. This album is fire from King ISO, and you're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't listened to this album yet at all. Fucking dope. One of the best projects Strange has released outside of a Tech 9 project since like Ritz. This is the illest dude on Strange since Ritz has left, which is fairly recent. Ritz just left a couple years ago, and they got King ISO shortly after. And then up next, we got Twisted Mad Season. I don't even know the graphics. I don't have them labeled. So as I pop them up, we got, it's a surprise as I'm talking about it, but Twisted with Mad Season, their best album since Abominations. Easily their best album since Abominations. There's only one track on here that I don't like. Do This One More Time. But this album is filled with bangers. Half of it was released before it came out, but it is so good. So good. They're rapping their asses off on here. They got 2 more projects dropping this year. Will they be as good as Mad Season? Only, we'll have to wait and see. But go peep Twisted's Mad Season if you haven't yet. And if you haven't listened to Twisted since they left Psychopathic, because they left Psychopathic, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, because this album is so good. This album, I think it was Joker's Gallery said it. This is the album that sounds like it should have came after Abominations. I agree with that. It's so good. Not quite as good as Abominations, but fucking damn near close. They absolutely killed it with this project. Much love to Twisted for that. I'm going to take a sip of water. My throat's fucking killing me right now. Excuse me. Up next, we got Gorilla Twins, Ill Bill and Nems with their debut project, Gorilla Twins. This shit is hard as fuck, as I kind of figured it was. It's a short listen, 12 songs, 35 minutes, but Ill Bill and Nems absolutely destroy it. Not one bad song on here. Even the skit Twinning is pretty funny. Nems is a funny motherfucker. My favorite track on here is Gunners. Love that song. You got tracks on here with Wolves, with Vinny Paz. The Gorilla Twins intro is hard as fuck. Shootout at the Cyclone with Gore-Tex, now known as Lord Goat. This album is really dope. If you like that grimy, aggressive, boom bat, punch you in the face shit, bump that Gorilla Twins. Hard copies are available now on Fat Beats. I got to pre-order my copy. Haven't done it yet, but I'm definitely copping that hard copy to support them dudes because they absolutely killed it. And Ill Bill is one of my favorites in the underground, as you all know. Up next, we got Rocky and Ramirez. Ramirez of G59, Suicide Boys label. His new album, The Player's Manual. This sounds like some classic West Coast shit. This album is amazing. I'm still playing this album, 2-3 months later? However long it's been, this album is... I just want to hop in my 6.4, put the fucking top down, and just ride around with this album playing. It's so dope. If you like that 95, 96 West Coast G-Funk shit, bump this album. It's so dope. It's a completely different style from Ramirez. I did a review up on YouTube. You can peep that as well. Amazing album. Super hard. Shout out to Ramirez for absolutely killing it with a completely different style than what he's used to been doing, which is kind of like that Suicide Boys hard, dark trap shit. The Player's Manual is just so fucking good. Go peep that. GMAC, Resistance 2, Hell's Hollow tape. Fucking right. This dude's best project yet, in my opinion. Better than Gutter Water. Better than anything else he's done solo-wise. Only one song on here I don't like, which is Therapist. But everything else on here is fire. Platinum Skeletons, All Blue, Open Wide, The Plague, Disgust Me, Die Alone. Like, Devereaux absolutely killed the production on here. GMAC, he's dropping Pretty Ugly. I think this Friday, the 10th or the 17th. I can't fucking remember. I keep forgetting what date, but he's got Pretty Ugly dropping. We're still waiting for the Wasteland album to drop. But this mixtape, Resistance 2, Hell's Hollow tape, fire. Dude kills it. My favorite project from him. Shout out to Ouija and Devereaux for absolutely destroying Hell's Hollow tape. Has got me even more hyped for this Pretty Ugly tape. Even though I was calling for the Wasteland album to drop next, I didn't think he was ready to drop another mixtape so quick. But fucking A. He's doing it and killing it. Speaking of killing it, one of my top projects of this year, Conway the Machine, No One Mourns the Wicked, produced by Big Ghost. Like, this is Conway's best project since Everybody Is Food 2, in my opinion. This shit is hard as fuck. Love this album. Again, only one song on here that I don't like, which is Shark Guts. But everything else on here, skits and interludes included, fire. 9 songs, 25 minutes. Sicarios with Flea Lord. So dope. Flea Lord kills it on there. Bricks to Murals, Icon, fire. Conway absolutely kills it. Big Ghost production is so dope. They had pre-orders, 4 CDs. That shit sold out super quick. I was lucky enough to snag fucking like a cardboard case copy or something. I don't even know what the fuck it was, but I did snag a copy. Hyped for that to come in. This EP, fucking fire. Conway's killing it. We talked about that Organized Grime project earlier. And so he's got Organized Grime 2 from King to a God dropping. Maybe 1 or 2 more dropping. Conway fucking killing it. And up next, fucking speaking of Flea Lord, Hand Me My Flowers. I'm just getting hip to Flea Lord. And I listened to one of his projects earlier this year. It was pretty dope. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. See if I could pull it up real quick. It was Pray for the Evil. But this project right here, produced entirely by Buck Wild of DITC, amazing project. Not one bad song on here. 10 tracks, 21 minutes, another short listen. But Flea Lord absolutely kills it throughout this entire project. He only has one feature on here on Beethoven with a Stick, which is a fucking fire. I love that. Beethoven with a Stick. So dope. But he absolutely kills it. Buck Wild with the production on here. It's fire. So go peep that. He's part of that whole Griselda shit. Griselda affiliation. He's on Conway's album. Absolutely kills it. Shout out to Flea Lord for that. And then we got, I saved these two for last. I know I said I put it random, but I made sure I put these two last. It is the graphic this week. 3 of the Slaughterhouse members, former Slaughterhouse members, put out projects this year. First one up, Royce the 5'9", the GOAT. My favorite rapper out right now. He put out The Allegory earlier this year. This album it's super relevant now because of everything that's going on in the country with the Black Lives Matter and everything like that. This is kind of like a history lesson into all that kind of stuff. Black Lives Matter. Great album from Royce the 5'9". He produced this album entirely by himself. He's got great features on here from DJ Premier. Ashley Sorrell killed her feature on Pendulum, which is my favorite track on the album. Westside Gunn's on here. Kid Vicious, Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, King Crooked's on here. Vince Staple, G Perico. Fire album from Royce the 5'9", and the production on here is really dope. So shout out to Royce for killing it, staying persistent, staying busy as well. He's got the Prime project. He's doing his own solo shit. I know he's in the studio right now working on Bad Meets Evil Part 2 with Eminem. I'm hoping it's good. Eminem is, I don't know. But Royce the 5'9", The Allegory. If you ain't peeped it, I highly recommend you check this album out. Very dope album. And then the other 2 members of Slaughterhouse, Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye, now known as King Crooked, put out Hard. Housing Authority Rap District. 8 tracks, 26 minutes. And I was saying earlier, King ISO is battling out for number 1. This is the album he's battling it out for number 1, his favorite. But I might have to give this album the number 1 spot so far for the first half of 2020. This album is fucking amazing. You got production on here from Eric Sermon. I think Apollo Brown did some production on here. Heatmakers did 3 tracks on here. Not one bad song on here. I absolutely love this EP. Album, whatever you want to call it. It's only 8 tracks, like I said. My favorite songs on here are actually the solo songs. Caddy Bump, LBC from Crooked Eye. Fire, love the West Coast beat on there. And then Wolves, Brooklyn from Joel Ortiz, his solo track. Fucking amazing. There's only one feature on here on Lose My Mind, which is Black Soul. Pretty sure he's singing the hook. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 2 features. MRKSX, Mark, 6 on the opening track. But you could play this through and then just let that bitch start all over again and play all over because this album is fucking amazing. I would even go as far as to say that this is better than anything Slaughterhouse ever put out. Even the House Rules mixtape, which I absolutely love, and that's my favorite project from Slaughterhouse. This shit is amazing. Joel Ortiz has been killing it. His project Monday that he put out last year was fire. Mona Lisa with Apollo Brown was fire. And King Crooked, I think he did the 52-week song thing last year. Again, he did that a bunch of years back. These dudes absolutely killing it. Love this project. Got my hard copy pre-ordered. Just waiting for it to come in the mail. Can't say enough good things about this album. If there's one album you listen to on this list, listen to this one. It's fucking amazing. It's so good. Peep that shit out. And that's going to wrap it up for me this week. My top albums of 2020. Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, absolutely killing it. Definitely peep that shit. Shout out to Twisted for putting out an amazing album. Flea Lord, Conway the Machine. Go peep all that shit. But go, that Joel Ortiz. I'm going to go bump that shit as soon as I get off here and hop on my Instagram live and edit the show down and upload it like I do every Sunday. If you ain't know, up on Instagram, I do that after I record my show. But go peep out my playlist, Beneath the Dirt's anniversary playlist. If you ain't checked it out, it's up on Apple Music and Spotify. And that's going to wrap it up for me. I'm Rome Bone of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.